This is a sports catastrophe production. Hey there, Heather Ho, there's Jeff Cutter and welcome you to another sports catastrophe birthday boy. And the birthday boy for today, May the 27th, is an England international soccer player who is known more for his off the field antics than his on field antics. He was an attacking midfielder and called the most naturally talented English soccer player of his generation. This guy who's now 55 years old played for Newcastle, Tottenham, Lazio, Glasgow Rangers, Middlesbrough, Everton, Burnley, and a few other things. For the national team, he made 57 appearances for England. And it was okay and all that. But anyway, his name is Paul Gascoigne. He was born in Gateshead. He was a good soccer player, but he didn't really have a lot of brains and all that. There was instability and tragedy, all that. His family had to move several times during his life. Gazza actually witnessed the death of a friend in a traffic collision. His father had seizures, and Gazza would have obsessions and twitches. But Gazza was a bit overweight when he played and all that. Gazza would eat lots of junk food before being part of the Newcastle youth side and all that. But Gazza would help Newcastle win the FA Youth Cup in 1985 and was put in place for Newcastle, taking the place of Chris Waddle, who left for Tottenham. So he did quite well and all that. But Newcastle just couldn't picture themselves doing quite well and all that. Newcastle looked like they were going to get rid of him, and Sir Alex Ferguson was promised by Gazza he would sign for Man U. But Gazza signed for Tottenham for £2.2 million, the highest amount at that time. So anyway, Sir Alex was pissed off. I mean, Gazza going to Man U would have been nice, but they still did pretty well. So in his first season at White Hart Lane, where Tottenham played, Tottenham got 6th in the first division. They rose to 3rd place in 1990, and it looked good. He was named BBC Sports Personality of the Year in 1990 for something else other than the Premier League, or First Division, if you will. I'll talk about that later. Anyway, Gazza looked good. Tottenham got to the FA Cup final against Nottingham Forest. It was a big matchup, Tottenham with Gazza with Nottingham Forest, with the legendary Brian Clough still manager. And it looked like Gazza would be going to Lazio in Italy. It would be worth over £8.5 million. No, sorry, euros. No, it is pounds. Sorry. Unfortunately, 15 minutes into the game, he made a knee-high foul on Gary Charles and ruptured his right knee ligament, his ACL and MCL, if you will. Tottenham did win the cup in extra time, so Gazza kind of did get the FA Cup winner's medal, but he was on the sideline, and he missed the 1992 season while he recovered. So it looked like Lazio was not going to get this guy and all that. But Lazio still signed him for 5.5 million British pounds, which was equivalent to about 11 million by today's money. So it was just amazing and all that. Anyway, Lazio. He broke his cheekbone on international duty and had to wear a mask. Lazio did take 5th place, but it got them a spot in Europa League. All that. Gazza was told to lose 13 kilograms by the start of the 93-94 campaign or lose his first team spot. But he did it. Anyway, Gazza was sent on holiday one time when Dino Sof said you should go on holiday. Gazza was like, no, I don't want to. And then Gazza arrived back from his holiday overweight, and he told the coach, I told you not to send me on holiday. He was right. Anyway, he broke things. Lazio left him at the end of the 95 season. He left Lazio and went to Glasgow Rangers. So Gazza was helping Scottish soccer out. It was like Rangers was like humongous. Everywhere you go, it's Rangers Celtic for the Scottish League final and all that. And he helped Rangers win the Scottish League after beating Aberdeen on a Gazza hat trick. He looked pretty good and all that. Rangers won the league title again in 97. Yeah, he looked pretty good and all that. Unfortunately, Gazza got in trouble in 1998 when he minded playing a flute while warming up as a substitute during an Old Firm match between Celtic and Rangers at Celtic Park. Having already made the same gesture as a goal celebration in 1995, being ignorant of his meaning, Celtic fans were pissed off and all that. And he got a death threat from the IRA. All that. Playing a flute was symbolic of the flute playing of Orange Order marchers, when the Troubles happened in Ireland, in Scotland, or something like that. I think. Oh, the Orange Order is a Protestant fraternal order. Because Rangers technically is full of the Protestant fans of Glasgow, and Celtic is the Catholic fans. If you don't know much about Rangers versus Celtic, you're missing a lot. Anyway, Gazza left Scotland to go back to England and play for Middlesbrough. His first match was the League Cup final where they lost to Chelsea. And he came out as a substitute. His first match was in the League Cup final. He would play 7 games in the First Division or League 2 or Tier 2 because helping Borough get to the Premier League. Unfortunately, Gazza would have blackouts after blaming himself for the death of a friend. Despite all that, Middlesbrough looked good. They were in 4th place, and then they ended up in 9th. It's not bad. But his career went into decline during the 2000 campaign when Gazza breaking his arm after elbowing a midfield player in the head and all that. He got a 3-match ban, but he got hurt. Gazza would then go to Everton on a free transfer. But he had a lot of depression issues and all that to do with drink. He tried to help things out, but unfortunately, Gazza just got a little bit under the weather, if you will. But anyway, Gazza's international career was huge. In 1990, he was one of the key members for England in the World Cup. He played in all of the group stages in England topped Group F. Against Belgium in the round of 16, he made a big assist to David Platt, who scored to give England the win and a trip to the quarters against Cameroon. Unfortunately, Gazza made a stupid tackle. Cameroon got a penalty and scored on it. Thankful, though, England won in extra time on penalties. On a penalty shot by Gary Lineker. but that was not the big one. So anyway, England would take on West Germany in the semifinal. Gazza had a yellow card on the books in the game against Belgium, which meant if he got a yellow card or a red card for that matter, he's suspended for the final if England gets to it, or for the third place game, obviously, because England would play for third if they lost. Unfortunately, he was booked for a foul at Thomas Bertrand. Yellow card, game over. Gazza would not be playing in the final. TV cameras showed that he had tears in his eyes following the yellow card and made Gazza a popular figure with the sympathetic British public. Germany won the penalty shootout. Unfortunately, what also conspired from this event was that Gary Lineker, the great Gary Lineker, had made some gestures to the manager, Bobby Robson. And Lineker basically said that, he wanted Bobby to have a word with Gazza. Gazza wasn't kicked out of the game. It was just a yellow card. But he would be out for the final. Graham Taylor became the England manager after Robson quit and actually dropped Gazza in favor of a 32-year-old Gordon Cowans. Who the hell is he? Fortunately, though, he came back in starting lineup for a friendly against Cameroon. But unfortunately, because of that FA Cup final injury in '91, he couldn't help England out when they needed it in Euro. Anyway, Gazza tried his best and all that to get England to the '94 World Cup, but they fell behind Norway and Holland. I mean, Norway of all countries. I think if they took second, they would have gone in. Yeah, but Norway, fuck. Anyway, Gazza had a broken leg and couldn't do it for 15 months. Unfortunately, England got a little problem, and Gazza got blamed for it because they were in Hong Kong for some friendlies, and numerous England players were photographed on a night out in which Gazza and several others had drinks poured in their mouths while sitting in the quote-unquote dentist chair. However, they made Euro '96. And in the second game of the group stage, ironically against Scotland, which Gazza was playing in the Scottish League, he scored a goal and made it 2-0. And then it was the dentist chair celebration. Gazza lay on the ground as he was sitting in the dentist chair, and teammates sprayed water from their bottles into his open mouth. Gazza actually had a famous miss in the semis against Germany in the '96 Euro because the ball had deflected right to him. Alan Shearer had a cross, and the goalie was beaten. If Gazza got a foot to it, he would have directed into the left side of the net. Game over. England would be going to the Euro final against the Czech Republic. But unfortunately, it didn't happen. Gazza was picked regularly under Glenn Hoddle. And Gazza put in a good performance to help England get to the World Cup. Unfortunately, pictures of Gazza eating kebabs late at night by British tabloids scared Glenn Hoddle and he decided not to pick Gazza in the final squad. Gazza would get angry with Hoddle before being restrained. Well, who could blame him? And then, of course, when you watch, they think it's all over. They find out that Glenn Hoddle, to tell the players they weren't on the team, played Kenny G to try to subdue them. Oh, that didn't work. So Gazza tried to be a manager and all that. Gazza was an iconic guy. He's part of a documentary series called Gazza, two-parter on BBC Two. Well, Gazza married his longtime girlfriend in 1996, but he had violence towards her during their marriage, so they divorced in 1999. Gazza actually had a son with his girlfriend and adopted the girlfriend's 2 children from her first marriage. Well, Bianca, one of the girls, is a glamour model and has appeared on Love Island. Gazza would have a big friendship with Danny Baker and Chris Evans, which got Chris Evans mostly in trouble as DJ. All that. So anyway, Gazza has had some autobiographies, but he has treatment for bulimia, obsessive compulsive disorder, bipolar disorder, and alcoholism. He had an addictive personality and all that. He would have addictions. So, severely on alcohol, cocaine, chain smoking, gambling, high caffeine energy drinks, exercise, and junk food. So basically, he had an addictive personality. He would be addicted to anything and everything. So he went through therapy in 1998, but it only lasted 2 weeks. He was to be sent to Arizona, being diagnosed with bipolar disorder. So anyway, in 2008, he was sectioned to be put in protective custody to prevent self-harm and all that. Gazza had a lot of issues and all that, especially with drinking and all that. He had a lot of issues. Fortunately, though, he's still alive. But he played 468 games with several clubs. Well, Newcastle, Tottenham, Lazio, Rangers, Middlesbrough, Everton, Burnley, and a few other ones with 110 goals. 10 goals for the English national side. Winning the FA Cup in 1991, the Scottish Premier League twice, the Scottish Cup, and the Scottish League Cup. He was a personality of the year in 1990. That's what for what he did World Cup 1990. But Gazza will always be remembered as being a bright genius whose issues with alcohol seem to ruin him. It's strange how it always seems to happen that way. That I get these alcoholic guys that for on this day. I did George Best like 5 days ago. His talent was wasted. Anyway, I'm Jeff Diamond. I do.